Welcome back to another episode of Going For It. Do us a favor and subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing. We're talking about boogers and if they smell or not. The important questions people have, we are answering. We are back with the Brain Trust, but they were also unavailable. So we got Craig and Mike back here with us. We are going to be breaking down the Thursday night football game as briefly as possible before I have a full-on breakdown and start to cry. New York Giants at San Francisco. Guys, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? How do you think this game is going to go? Craig, let's start with you.
Sure. I think that the 49ers are one of the best teams in the entire NFL, and the Giants are not in that category. I think they're in the NFL, right?
They
think
are.
They
definitely are.
They even, maybe could be top 20. But I think the 49ers are in like top 3 conversation and could make an argument for one. I'm obviously biased. I like where Miami's at. But yeah, I think it's going to be a rough day for the Giants. I think we're going to see a potential situation where you might even need to get some of your starters off the field by midway through the third quarter. I don't know that they will do that because they didn't do that in the Dallas game. I think the one bummer is like you guys have some serious injuries, right? On the, I think, O-line, and obviously Saquon's going to be out. So we're not even going to get the best effort necessarily, which I think also feeds into like the Niners D might feast kind of thing off people that are literally getting their first or second starts, maybe some ever. Others could be this season for sure. That doesn't bode well. I mean, we might get some bright spots out of those guys because it's hard to game plan for some in the skill positions, right? It's hard to game plan for them, but gosh, it really just looks like they're going to get wamboozled, which again could be a betting trap. So just throwing that out there for any of the people there, that could be a trap. But it seems like you mentioned this on a previous segment. It seemed like the spread, like they probably lose by more than the 10.5 spread.
So the only saving grace I think the Giants have in this game is that it's a Thursday night game. Weird shit happens on Thursday night games.
Sure does. Love it.
And it is a wild card in the season. And when you have to make your offense as simple as possible, because there's no time to install a game plan really from Sunday to Tuesday or Sunday to Thursday. Weird stuff happens, and it would be way closer to me feeling better about this if we had our starting left tackle, who is an all-pro, arguably the best left tackle in football right now, and one of the best running backs in the league, were healthy. If they were here and playing, I would feel a little differently. But Thursdays are weird. Thursday night football gets weird. So I would be pleasantly surprised if this game was competitive. But if they're able to recapture any of that magic from the second half of Arizona, I think you have to feel good about the next couple of weeks. It is important for this team to get healthy for the next couple of weeks because the schedule does not get easier. But I don't know that they're going to face a defense that looks like they got Dallas and San Fran in the first 3 weeks of the season. That's a bad draw. That's a bad draw. That is unfortunate. That
top 2 Ds.
You get Dallas, San Fran, and then you get Arizona there in the middle, and like there's a little reprieve, but you get San Fran Thursday night, which is just 4 days later. Like it's a tall task. Mike Thomas, what are your thoughts, your feelings about this game?
I'm really looking forward to this game because Thursday night football games, they can throw off this aging middle-aged person's week. And this is one that I can go ahead and be falling asleep by like 9:15, 9:30, no problem. So I want to thank the NFL for the schedule. I want to thank the Giants for, telling us who they were in weeks 1 and 2 of this season.
You're not watching that beautiful post-game show that they've got with Krista Thompson and Whitworth and Sherm and Fitzmagic? You're not touching any of that?
There's a post-game show? Do you think I'm awake to see the post-game show if the Steelers aren't playing?
I like their programming.
Fitzmagic
I like.
great.
What do you get to watch it at all, Pat?
Yeah,
Mike's obviously asleep. He's announced that, but yeah, I think they're I think they're doing a good like pre-halftime, and I like Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit.
I like Kirk. I think Al kind of phones it in, but that's just
He is.
me.
He's like, we're online. Nobody's
Yeah, he's
tuning
like, I
in.
don't
This
fucking
is.
care about
He
this.
went from the most prestigious primetime game to the
It's
one
true.
that people are
It's a
kind of
Thursday
like.
night.
There's a subset of the NFL fan base that is just low key angry that the Thursday night game exists, and he knows
Some
it.
Thursday night games are doo-doo. Like they
Yeah.
get doo-doo games on Thursday night, and it's just because it's like, let's get this out of the way. We don't want this to ruin Sunday.
I do like that they were
So-
like, you know what? Let's Kirk Herbstreit. He knows football, and he's really good at babysitting elderly statesmen of the broadcast booth. So let's just bring him in. He's babysitting Lee Corso on Saturdays, and he can babysit Al Michaels on Thursdays.
Lee's in bed by like 6, so he's able to go get Al. They get to go hit the early bird special, and then like they go to the game. It's great. No, to make this back to football talk. I'm excited to see because I do think Wink Martindale's defense is a very exotic blitz heavy. It's a lot of different kinds of pressures. So I think the Giants defense has a very tall task to match up with San Fran here. But anything can happen. This is why we play the game. You know, like Craig was saying, there's a puncher's chance in just about every game. It's just unfortunate that the Giants are missing a lot of big pieces. But on the other side, we've seen San Francisco is not a beacon of health always. Brock Purdy went down last year. Christian McCaffrey, I think some people would label him as an injury-prone individual. George Kittle, also someone who suffers from injuries from time to time. So I don't wish that on anyone. Definitely want to see the best players on the field as often as possible, but anything can happen, but also, San Fran by like 2 touchdowns.
I will say to be the optimistic for the Giants, if you can find a way to slow down this passing game with, like you said, Kittle was the tight end, and you got Debo and Ayuk, assuming he's healthy, and all the different weapons that they've got. If you can find a way to get to Purdy, knock him off his game a little bit, maybe the reduced week kind of throws off his rhythm a little bit. All you got to do is stop Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the game. That's all you have to do.
That's it.
So
easy. I'll say Xavier McKinney at safety did a really good job on him last year in Carolina.
Not a good sign when it's your safety.
Why? We want our safety on a running back like that, not a linebacker.
Are you talking about coverage?
Yeah.
You're talking about No, I thought you were talking about tackling.
No, not tackling. No, in coverage, he was against him, and like from everything I've read, Isaiah Simmons is going to get his first start at inside linebacker with Bobby Okereke this week. It's a very fast inside linebacking core. Both of those guys. Isaiah Simmons is an athletic freak, but Bobby Okereke runs like a 4.4 sideline to sideline too. So it's an athletic team. But yeah, two rookie corners on the outside is a little scary in this game. But like I said, I see the path for a competitive Giants game, and it's just a lot of blitzes. It's a lot of getting and hitting Brock Purdy and making him uncomfortable in the pocket, making him roll out, making him have to make second, third, fourth reads, and keeping Jones on his feet. If Jones is able to, a lot of quick outs, a lot of screens, a lot of dump offs to Darren Waller, is the way that the Giants are they have to win an ugly game. It has to be an ugly game if they're going to be competitive. If it's not ugly early, then it's going to be a fucking blowout. I think we
I tried to do a DFS lineup with only Niners, and it wouldn't let me. In the single game DFS lineup, I had to put a Giant player, and I didn't want to.
You should.
I think I chose the kicker, just in case they had some stuff.
Picked Waller. He's got the most receiving.
I know, but then I'm
right
thinking
now.
I think Jones is going to be running for his life.
Yes.
So it made me think like that. You could be right, and then it's a lot of like Waller gets like run after the catch. You could be right, but I was thinking if this gets like Dallas level rough stuff with missing pieces like Giants are missing, I went San Fran D, and then I tried to get as much of their skill position players in with the DFS budget. I like those single gamers. No tangent. I was sticking to the defense.
No, you're good.
Is going to do well.
Very, very curious to see what happens.
We'll
be watching.
Mike will be
also
asleep.
be watching.
He will be asleep.
Like
Rude.
a baby.
I will watch every minute, just like I did that Dallas game. It was hard, but I did it.
Ooh, that one I did. I stopped. It hurt. It hurt to watch.
I watched it. But I will watch. There is a path for victory here. I don't want to make it sound like there isn't, but it is very unlikely. And now we have reached the part of our Thursday night football previews where we do a score prediction.
Ooh.
And I will start with Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas, what is your score prediction?
Okay, so my score prediction is that the Niners are the best team in the NFL going up against not the best team in the NFL. So I'm going to say 49ers 31, Giants 18.
Oh,
okay.
That's a weird number.
It's a lot of field goals.
6 field goals.
I'm trying to help out your DFS lineup, Craig.
Yeah, well, you know what? That would be very good. If I can have a random lottery win off of having the kicker go ham and all San Francisco, I'd be for it.
Craig, score prediction.
34-17. That's what I think.
I was going to say 35-17. I'm still going to say it. I'm going to say 35-17. And I think the Giants' goal needs to be get out of this game healthy. I said that in our Pick'em game, or our Pick'em segment. And I think that needs to be the goal.
So pessimistic.
It's not. It's I think
they're
right
in
now
there
you don't have the
talking
horses.
They can do it. They can upset the big one. They
have
that's
to
what
believe
they're doing.
that though. I don't have to believe that.
But
because if not, they're going to get hurt. No, I don't.
No,
I see a path. If Saquon Barkley's in the backfield, I could see it because that man can change a game. One touch, one carry, he can change the outcome of a game. He basically started it in Arizona. Without that, and without the cornerstone left tackle, it's tough. The offensive line has not been
before
good.
The dawn.
It's true. Again, I see a path. The things that happen on a Thursday night football game are in the Giants' favor. It is the simplest San Francisco's offense is going to be.
Yes.
It is the simplest their defense is going to be. This is the least amount of rest they will have in between games. So if guys are banged up, if they're nicked up on both sides, but on the San Francisco side, Nick Bosa is still not at top strength, and he didn't get as long rest this time, so maybe he's taking more plays off. That works in the benefit of the Giants. There is a lot of this is set up as a David versus Goliath story.
You're done though. Just stop there because you heard it here first. Giants with the victory. It's coming.
No, it is not.
You just outlined it. You just did it.
Yeah, it's not going to happen though, because there's more talent on the other side of the ball, and if both teams get the ball the same amount of times for the same amount of plays, San Fran's offense is just going to make more of them.
What if Purdy goes down?
Purdy goes down, things get real interesting. But
get into a shit
again,
fest.
I do not
they
want
prove
to.
They can't
it's going to be
run an offense with that same exact squad. They proved that they can't do it without a real manager, without someone who can really put it on a spot. So if for some reason you guys get to him and rattle him or ding him up or something, you never want anyone to get injured, but it just happens. You're in a real mud bowl scenario, not the weather, but just how sloppy it then goes to.
Right. And then my concern is still like Matt Breida is not Saquon Barkley. Eric Gray is not Saquon Barkley. And then you have running back stable versus Christian McCaffrey.
I also remembered they have Sam Darnold now, so I'm wrong. That he is a much more serviceable
I'm
backup.
not worried about
No, I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be as bad as it was last year because they didn't have a backup.
It's still Sam Darnold, so I'm not super concerned about it.
I've changed my ways. I don't think the Giants have a chance. You talked me out of it. You were so negative on your own team. That's going to be bad
I'm
karma
not
for
negative.
you guys.
I'm realistic.
No.
That's
I'm
it.
being realistic
No.
because
Fandom. That's
I
not what
think
fandom is. That's not what fandom is.
I think Andrew Thomas not playing in this game and getting healthy, and Saquon not playing in this game and getting healthy bodes better for weeks 15 or 14 and 16 or something like that when we play the Eagles. You want those guys then when you're going for wild card, and we can take a loss here from San Fran, which with those guys, what do you lose by a field goal? What do you lose by a touchdown? Without those guys, it's going to be more, but would I rather have them at full health later in the year? Absolutely. We need them more for a run than we do for right now. Like this was going to be a tough game regardless. Without them, it's a near impossible game, but I rather have Saquon and Andrew Thomas for games that we will be playing than this specific game. This was going to be a tough game no matter what. So we have made our predictions. Let us know your prediction down below. I know I already said it, but please like, comment, and subscribe. Like Craig Jackson did. He did, and he left us a nice comment, and I shouted him out for the second time just because it was nice. It made us feel good, and we wanted to thank him for that. And if he's comments on this video and tells us who his team is, maybe we have some cards or something to send him as a thank you.
I just need an address. You told me that.
For it.
I'm going to be going through some of this stuff.
We need an address, Craig Jackson 12, and we will send you stuff, not weird stuff like football card stuff.
You made it weird.
Let us know. I just wanted him to know that we're not like that. We're not.
Pat's going to send you
totally
weird
not
stuff.
stalkers. One compliment. Give us your information. Give us your home address.
We just want to know. We don't want to hang out like outside of your house, but like down the street.
I want to be with you.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. And we will see you all back here next time.